It's been the worst year on record for South Africa's poultry farmers. Record maize and feed prices pushed up input costs more than 20%. An oversupply of chicken caused by increased imports lowered market prices. Astral's revenues were marginally higher at 6%, but profits and earnings plummeted more than 50%.
Our inability to recover it was as a direct result of the high levels of imports that disturbed the supply and demand. So we saw highest feed cost ever and the highest levels of poultry imports. So we were in a metaphorically vice grip, and we simply couldn't recover the input cost, and hence 50% decline in our profits.
An extra 65,000 tons of chicken arrived in South Africa this year after the country finally agreed to a chicken deal to save AGOA. Producers here lost 5% of local market share. Total chicken imports in South Africa is now in the region of 30%.
We process or slaughter approximately 5 million birds per week, Astral. The industry at about 19 million. So in order to have 5 million birds ready for slaughtering per week, you need backup of that. And at every given moment of the day, as we sit here now, Astral in its system has got about 35 million chickens.
There's now a risk of oversupply in the market. New legislation requires producers to limit their brine content in retail chicken products. The industry standard has been 70% chicken, 30% brine, but government has now changed that ratio to 85% chicken and only 15% of salt water. Health experts have welcomed the move, but producers say this will make chicken more expensive for consumers.
If you now do a 2 kilo bag at an 85-15 ratio, you need to put 3 more pieces of chicken in to get to the same weight. And that's where the selling price, it's not the price of the physical chicken, it's the price offering, it's the value proposition that will go up. And that product was earmarked specifically for the bottom end of the market.
The poultry industry employs around 130,000 people. The fear now is sustainability. With consumers feeling the pinch and chicken farmers downscaling, prospects for the industry look bleak.
The real discretionary disposable income is actually going south. So there's less jobs, and that means more people must live off less money. There's also not real GDP growth in this country, so we're not even keeping up with inflation. So really the consumer is stretched here, and of course the first thing they will start to do is to cut on the discretionary part.
The South African Poultry Association has warned that up to 12,000 jobs could be lost in the next year. But these issues were raised during the chicken trade discussions with the US. South Africa had to make the compromise to keep the African Growth and Opportunity Act in place, or the deal would have fallen away. However, chicken remains popular and is still one of the cheapest meats available. With the economy making a slow recovery, the industry may just get through this. Sumitra Nydoo, CCTV, Johannesburg.